Former The Real Housewives of Potomac star Mia Thornton has once again found herself at the center of public attention. But this time, the spotlight is far from glamorous. What unfolded at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport on November 19th was a scene few could have predicted. Mia being taken into custody by authorities on a larceny charge tied to a dispute with a property management company in Atlanta. I'll take you back to our precinct, finish all my paperwork. Once that's done, you have a cell phone? No, so we'll go back to the precinct. I'll do my paperwork. Once that's done. Her arrest adds another chapter to a long list of personal, financial, and relational challenges she has faced over the past few years, bringing renewed scrutiny to her life after reality television. Mia's arrest stemmed from allegations connected to a furnished rental unit she had been occupying in Atlanta earlier this year. According to reports and court documents, her relationship with the property's management company, Encore Management, had been deteriorating long before her arrest. The company filed an eviction notice against her on September 11th, 2025, citing unpaid rent for the month of September. The amount owed was listed as $5,100, but that number only represented part of the financial dispute. Additional fees were added: a $510 late fee, a $200 eviction filing charge, and another $25 for the demand notice. The monthly rent for her unit, a luxury furnished condo, was recorded as being $6,850. The eviction filing made it clear that Mia was behind on payments, a situation that indicated deeper financial instability. While public perception of reality stars often leans toward wealth, glamour, and lavish lifestyles, the truth behind the scenes is often far less pristine. Reality TV fame does not always equate to long-term financial stability. And for Mia, who has publicly struggled with business closures, marital issues, and ongoing financial setbacks, this eviction filing was another visible marker of a life experiencing growing strain. According to the management company, Mia officially moved out of the property on October 28th. It was what happened during her move-out that ultimately led to the larceny charge. The accusation involves more than $11,000 worth of furniture that reportedly went missing from the furnished condo. The property manager described the situation as suspicious, claiming that Mia removed the furniture overnight during her move-out without notifying the management company. Furnished rentals normally require tenants to leave all items intact unless otherwise agreed upon. In this case, the management company alleges that the assortment of missing furniture was taken intentionally rather than mistakenly. The missing items reportedly included high-end pieces that were part of the unit when Mia first moved in, pieces that were not hers to take. Whether the furniture was removed due to confusion, desperation, or something more intentional is something the courts will ultimately have to determine. What is clear is that the accusation was serious enough to prompt the issuance of a larceny warrant in Atlanta. And when Mia attempted to travel out of the city, that warrant caught up with her. Her airport arrest drew immediate attention from fans, critics, and media outlets alike. Airport arrests often generate headlines due to their dramatic nature, and Mia's was no exception. She was taken into custody and booked into the Fulton County Jail, where she remained as of the latest available information. No details regarding bond were listed in the jail records, adding an element of uncertainty to her next steps. For those who have followed Mia's life since her debut on The Real Housewives of Potomac, the arrest paints a stark contrast to the persona she projected on screen. Mia once spoke openly about her difficult upbringing, her journey into entrepreneurship, and her desire to craft a stable, successful life for herself and her family. Her storyline on the show often involved her business ventures, her complicated relationship with her husband Gordon, and the pressures that came with fame. Financial strain appeared repeatedly in her narrative, particularly as she discussed challenges with her businesses and later her separation from Gordon. Throughout her time on the show, Mia projected resilience, ambition, and confidence even when dealing with personal chaos. But in the past year, cracks in her circumstances began to show more visibly. Reports of financial disputes, lawsuits, and debt collection surfaced, each pointing toward a growing imbalance between the lifestyle she maintained and the resources she had available. Eviction filings are not new in the world of public figures trying to keep up appearances. But the combination of unpaid rent and accusations of stolen furniture heightens the seriousness of Mia's current situation. Her legal troubles also raise questions about both personally and professionally. The consequences of a larceny charge could extend beyond financial damages or court fines. It could impact her reputation, potential business ventures, and even opportunities for future television or public-facing work. For a personality who built much of her visibility through reality TV, image is currency. An arrest tied to alleged theft threatens to harm that image significantly. The public often judges reality stars more harshly than other celebrities due to the intimate nature of the genre. Viewers feel like they personally know the individual, which makes their missteps feel more personal too. The silence surrounding her release or bond information only deepens the uncertainty. Without clarity on whether she is being granted bond, when she may be released, or how she plans to respond to the allegations, the situation leaves space for speculation. Whether her legal team is preparing a defense built on misunderstandings, financial duress, or disputes over the property's inventory remains unknown. Another layer to her current challenges involves her ongoing relationship issues. Mia's personal life has been turbulent, especially after her separation from Gordon. Their marriage was once portrayed as solid, though unconventional, but in recent years, cracks became more visible. Financial stress, business troubles, and shifting power dynamics reportedly strained the marriage significantly. If she is now navigating her legal and financial problems without Gordon's support, that could add another dimension to her difficulty in resolving these issues. Public reaction to her arrest has been mixed. Some sympathize with her, believing that Mia has always struggled with balancing the realities of her life with the demands of fame. Others see the arrest as the culmination of long-standing habits, impulsive decisions, inconsistent storytelling, and questionable financial moves. For better or worse, Mia has always been a polarizing figure, and this latest development reinforces that dynamic. For now, her future remains uncertain. Legal consequences in larceny cases can vary widely, depending on the specifics and the defendant's history. If the allegations prove accurate, she could face financial penalties, restitution orders, or even jail time. If she can present evidence that the removal of the furniture was a misunderstanding or a dispute over what belonged to whom, the charges could be reduced or dropped. But regardless of the legal outcome, the arrest marks a critical turning point in her public narrative. In the coming weeks, more details will likely emerge from her legal team, from court proceedings, and perhaps from Mia herself. How she chooses to address the situation publicly will shape the next phase of her story. It could become an opportunity for redemption, a cautionary tale, or another chapter in a tumultuous saga that has followed her since her time on reality TV. What is certain is that Mia Thornton is facing one of the most challenging periods of her life, and her journey forward will be closely watched by fans and critics alike. Mia Thornton's public image has always been a blend of ambition, glamour, and controversy. And beneath the sparkle lies a more complicated financial story. Her estimated net worth has often been cited at around $5 million, a sum that reflects both her reality television fame and her business ventures. But according to her own admissions, her path to and maintenance of that figure has been shaky at best. Her wealth was largely built around the Joint Chiropractic, a franchise she was associated with alongside her then-husband, Gordon Thornton. On screen, Mia was often described as a savvy entrepreneur with business acumen. Off-screen, however, things were more tumultuous. She and Gordon claimed at various points that his brothers, who were involved in the business, cut them out, revoking their access to bank accounts and sidelining them from the company's operations. Mia said she lost her salary because of her loyalty to Gordon and that access to funds was suddenly restricted. These allegations suggest that although she was ostensibly part of a successful franchise, her actual control and ownership may have been more limited than she portrayed. Following these developments, Mia revealed that her family had to downsize significantly. The couple moved out of their large PTOAC mansion, a moment Mia described publicly as a humbling reset. She openly admitted on social media that they were no longer able to afford the lifestyle they'd once lived and that their big house was no longer an option. According to her, the decision to rent instead of continue building or buying was the result of sudden, unforeseen financial strain. She also mentioned investing tens of thousands of dollars into the house, reportedly over $65,000 on renovations, only to later say that their financial footing destabilized.